on planet Earth. Currently on planet Earth, it was possible to see Goku, Vegeta, Bulma, Chi-Lai, Whis, and Beerus. They were all gathered together as they looked at the holographic screen that showed the battle between Yamoshi and Broly, with Broly now in his new Super Saiyan 2 transformation and Yamoshi having now transformed into a Super Saiyan, something that made everyone shocked. Beerus said, "What the fuck? It looks like Yamoshi can really transform into a Super Saiyan," said the God of Destruction, annoyed by the fact that Yamoshi can increase his strength even more now that he's turned into a Super Saiyan. Whis said, "Well, now there's no doubt. Yamoshi can also transform into a Super Saiyan. But that's not the most surprising thing about him," said the angel, attracting the attention of some people like Bulma and Chi-Lai. Chi-Lai said, "How so? What do you mean by that?" asked the woman, confused and afraid Broly would die. Beerus said, "When he turned into a Super Saiyan, he ended up releasing so much energy that in other universes it could be felt," said the God of Destruction, annoyed to know that Yamoshi had so much power to the point that other universes felt it. Goku said, "This is worrying. Very worrying. This guy is a freak. He's a monster," said the Saiyan, while feeling the absurd energy that Yamoshi was still releasing. Vegeta said, "Yes, he is a monster. The energy he is releasing is as much as Kakarot was when he used the power of Ultra Instinct during the Power Tournament, and even with that power, the pressure that Goku released wasn't that great," said the Prince of Saiyans while feeling the raw power of Yamoshi that was arriving on planet Earth. Bulma said, "So not even Goku using the power that only angels can use easily, would he have the strength to face Yamoshi transformed into a Super Saiyan?" asked the incredulous woman as she looked at Goku and Vegeta. Whis said, "That's right. Maybe Mr. Goku using the power of Ultra Instinct, he could face Yamoshi. But if you remember well, Shenron said that Yamoshi was not only the first Saiyan, but he can also transform into a god without having to do a ritual. In short, Yamoshi can still transform into a Super Saiyan god that is many times stronger than the normal Super Saiyan," said the angel while looking at Goku and Vegeta. Beerus said, "He's strong, and he's not even at 100% yet. Imagine when he's using his full power for real," said the God of Destruction, annoyed with all that, mainly because Beerus knows that Yamoshi is the true Saiyan predestined to defeat him or even kill him. Beerus thought, "Maybe I'll be able to face him if I use my Hakaishin power to the fullest, and with my transformation, which I've never needed to use in my thousands of years of life," thought the God of Destruction while thinking whether or not he could defeat Yamoshi using all his power. Whis said, "Really, Yamoshi is a being of extreme power, and that worries me, mainly because I know he is strong enough to make other universes feel his energy, and that worries me a lot," said the angel while looking at the holographic screen. Bulma said, "What exactly is worrying you, Whis?" asked the woman as she looked at the angel. Whis said, "If he's strong enough to make other universes feel his power, he must be strong enough to break the boundary between universes. And if that happens, he can travel between universes. And that in itself is something to worry about," said the angel while looking at everyone in the place. Vegeta said, "So if that happens, Yamoshi will go to other universes, and I'm sure he will go after the Saiyans of Universe 6, said the Saiyan while thinking about his disciple, who lived in the 6th universe. Goku said, "Looks like the fight is about to start again," said the Saiyan, making everyone look at the holographic screen. Beerus said, "Goku, be prepared to save Broly because we can't afford to lose someone as strong as him, because we will need all the help possible to defeat Yamoshi in the future, so be ready to act," said the God of Destruction while looking at Goku. Goku said, "Yes, sir," said the Saiyan, already prepared to use his teleportation to save Broly from his possible death. Now with Yamoshi and Broly. Currently it was possible to see Broly and Yamoshi facing each other in the middle of the vacuum of space, and both Saiyans were using their new transformations, something that made them both very powerful, especially Yamoshi, who had a yellow and golden aura surrounding him, and Broly had his green aura, dark emerald surrounding her body, while some small rays danced through her body. Yamoshi said, "The power is intriguing, so now I've discovered that your power is an evolution of this power I'm using. So it seems that there's a level above that I can reach. It seems that after defeating you, I'll master this transformation, and then I will learn this other level. But first we have to end this fight," Yamoshi said while smiling, seeing his new form and especially knowing that he has a power above that, and that was something that made him very happy. Brawly said, "You won't learn this new transformation, because I will defeat you first," said the legendary Saiyan before advancing towards Yamoshi, who did the same thing as him. Soon both Saiyans started a high-speed battle. Everyone who was seeing that could only see two energy trails, being one golden and the other dark emerald green, and the two Saiyans were fighting with such intensity that it created trails of destruction on planets that were miles away from them. Soon Brawly and Yamoshi separated from their melee combat, and when they separated, both began to attack their long-range ki attacks, and Brawly created two green spheres, one in each hand, and fired at Yamoshi. And Yamoshi put one of his hands a little above his abdomen and the other a little below his abdomen, and between them a golden sphere mixed with white was created and launched against Brawly's attack. At the moment, both attacks collided, creating such a destruction that it was able to destroy 5 planets at once, erasing them from existence, with the planet Vampa being one of those planets. After the destruction of the 5 planets that were close to Yamoshi and Brawly, both Saiyans without any delay returned to face each other, and Yamoshi, who had already learned a little about his new transformation and strength, was able to dodge all of Brawly's attacks and give a counterattack, and then Yamoshi kicked in the center of Brawly's abdomen, and soon after exploding a ki attack in the face of the legendary Saiyan, who had to distance himself to recover from Yamoshi's attack. Yamoshi said, "You're really strong, so I hope you'll be able to withstand my attack," said the Saiyan, gathering a large amount of energy above his head, creating a type of Genki Dama, only as dark as a black hole. Yamoshi said, "Don't die yet, I still want to fight," said the Saiyan before throwing his giant attack against Brawly, that seeing that the only thing he could do was try to fight that attack with his own attack. Brawly, seeing that the attack is incoming and knowing that he couldn't dodge or defend himself, had to use a ki attack to face that attack from Yamoshi. So Brawly put his 2 hands together in front of his chest, creating a ki attack and launching it against Yamoshi's attack. So both of the ki attacks had collided, but clearly Yamoshi's attack was millions of times superior to Brawly's, and so he was easily beaten. And Brawly, seeing this, increased his power to a maximum to try to beat Yamoshi's attack. Yamoshi said, "Unfortunately, you will no longer be able to win my attack. A real shame. You were an exemplary warrior, but now you will be killed. So die with your pride, because the first Saiyan to become a god was the one who killed you," said the Saiyan, arrogant, while looking at Brawly. Yamoshi already wanting to end it once and for all, as he increases the pressure of his attack, making him stronger and heavier than before. So with that, Yamoshi already saw that Brawly was going to be eliminated at once. But one thing that surprised him was to feel another energy from another warrior beside Brawly. And soon Yamoshi's attack was being overwhelmed by the union of Brawly's and another mysterious warrior's attacks. Yamoshi thought, "What more power is this? Who is this other warrior?" Yamoshi asked himself before getting out of the way of his attack, because a blue and green energy ray ended up destroying his attack. Soon Yamoshi looked where the attack was coming from and saw Brawly with a blue-haired warrior standing next to him, who was wearing a small jacket that showed his abdomen and white pants. Yamoshi spoke. "Who are you?" asked the Saiyan while looking at the new warrior just arriving at the battle. Gogeta spoke. "I am the cavalry. I am Gogeta, the strongest fusion, and I will be the one to finish you off," announced the newly arrived warrior, being the fusion of Goku and Vegeta using the Metamoru dance. A few minutes ago on planet Earth. A few minutes earlier on planet Earth, it was possible to see Goku and the rest of his friends looking at the holographic screen where it showed the battle of Brawly transformed into Super Saiyan 2, and Yamoshi, who was now with his transformation into a normal Super Saiyan. Vegeta said, "So much power. These two are true monsters," said the Prince of Saiyans while looking at the holographic screen. Beerus said, "The power of these two is really impressive. It seems that Brawly and Yamoshi have no limits on how strong they are." The God of Destruction spoke as he looked at the battle between Brawly and Yamoshi that destroyed everything around them. Chilai said, "This Yamoshi guy is as strong as Brawly, but I'm sure Brawly will still be able to beat him," said the confident woman that her friend would be able to win the battle between the two legendary Saiyans. Goku said, "I also think Brawly is a very powerful opponent, and he is still evolving every minute in this battle against Yamoshi. The more time passes, the stronger Brawly will get." said the Saiyan, confident that his Saiyan friend would be able to beat his opponent. Bulma said, I'd like to be as optimistic as the both of you, but remember that Broly will get stronger as the battle progresses. But the problem is that Yamoshi will also get stronger the longer the battle lasts, said the blue-haired woman while looking at Chi-Lai, and Goku soon realized that Bulma was right. Whis said, also, Yamoshi is currently only using normal Super Saiyan power, but he still possesses the ability to transform into a Super Saiyan God. In short, he is still just playing with Broly, and when he starts to really take it seriously, that combat, he will transform into his divine form, and when that happens, Broly will fall, said the angel while looking at everyone in the place. They were very worried. After all, everyone knew that Whis was right about that fight. Beerus said, unfortunately, Whis is right. Whether or not Yamoshi is just playing with Broly, and this is worrying. After all, if he can have fun with someone in Broly's level, then I don't even want to see what will happen if Yamoshi goes to other universes. I'm sure he will cause massive destruction, said the God of Destruction, releasing some of his energy of destruction because of the anger he felt to know that Yamoshi was so strong that he only made Beerus more afraid. After all, Yamoshi was the one who would defeat him and probably kill him in the not-too-distant future. After the God of Destruction's speech, soon everyone started looking again at the holographic screen that now showed Broly and Yamoshi creating two key attacks and firing at each other, and the shock of the two attacks was so great that it destroyed 5 planets at once. For the time being, the planet Vampa one of them. Chi-Lai thought, planet Vampa was destroyed. Even though it was a very difficult place to live, it was still a place where Broly and Lemma had many happy memories. And not only that, Broly's friend just must have died in the explosion, thought Chi-Lai as she saw some fragments of the planet Vampa, including a small piece of the house where Broly, Lemma, and Chi-Lai was floating in the vacuum of space. Goku said, we have to go help Broly. If we don't go now, Broly could end up dying, said the Saiyan, while looking at the holographic screen that showed Yamoshi giving several blows to Broly, and Broly was not able to defend himself or dodge the attacks. So the Saiyan ended up receiving several blows from Yamoshi, leaving him very injured in the process. Vegeta said, and how would we help him? Not even the two of us together are at our 100%. We wouldn't have a chance to defeat Broly currently at this level. Imagine Yamoshi who's beating Broly easily, said the Saiyan Prince while looking at his rival. Chi-Lai said, not you two, but maybe that guy who defeated Broly when he came to this planet. If he can help Broly, maybe they'll both be able to defeat this other Saiyan you're calling Yamoshi, said the woman while looking at everyone in the place, while Goku and Vegeta face each other. Beerus said, that's an incredibly stupid plan. If he's going to help, maybe they'll be able to hurt Yamoshi. But defeating him is a completely different thing. The God of Destruction spoke while looking at Chi-Lai. Whis said, but that's the only option to save Broly from being killed by Yamoshi. So we don't have any other option, Mr. Beerus, said the angel while facing his God of Destruction. Beerus said, it's still too risky, so the answer is still no. Neither Goku nor Vegeta will merge, and they won't face Yamoshi, said the God of Destruction looking at the direction that Goku and Vegeta were, but neither of them was in that place anymore. Soon everyone started looking around to find Goku and Vegeta. Before long, everyone looked up from the island house they were on and saw Goku and Vegeta ready to do the fusion dance. Vegeta thought, this will be the last time I do something as embarrassing as this, but this is necessary in order to defeat Yamoshi, thought the Saiyan Prince, as he thought of the shame he will experience again by doing the dance he deems ridiculous. Goku thought, with Gogeta's power, we'll be able to beat Yamoshi and save Broly. Even though I don't think we'll be able to kill him, at least we will leave him well wounded, thought the Saiyan while looking at Vegeta. Soon both Saiyans look at each other and wave the start the Metamor dance. Goku and Vegeta say fusion. Both Saiyans spoke while doing the dance, and after completing the dance in a perfect way, it was possible to see Goku becoming a red energy and Vegeta becoming a blue energy uniting. Beerus said, because Saiyans are always hard-headed, said the God of Destruction annoyed, as he saw both Goku and Vegeta's energy merging, and soon an energy explosion happened, and from it, a new warrior appeared, this being the fusion of Goku and Vegeta, titled Gogeta. Gogeta spoke. It's time to defeat another legend of my race. My first victim was the first legendary Saiyan Broly, and now it will be the first Saiyan who became a god. My list of legends that were defeated by my hands only increases. Haha. He spoke the fusion of Goku and Vegeta in a proud and slightly arrogant way while thinking about defeating Yamoshi. Bulma said, Gogeta, you have to go after Broly now, otherwise he will be killed by Yamoshi's attack, and take advantage of it, said the woman before throwing 2 God Seeds to Gogeta, who quickly took the God Seeds. Gogeta said, don't worry, Broly won't die while I'm here. The fusion spoke while looking at Bulma and then at the holographic screen that showed a huge energy attack being thrown at Broly, who didn't have the strength to defeat Yamoshi's attack. Chilai said, you have to go fast, and please save Broly, screamed the desperate woman as she looked at the attack that almost took Broly away. Goku said, okay, now I have to go save a fellow Saiyan and defeat the other idiot Saiyan who should have remained sealed inside that black sphere. He spoke the fusion before placing 2 fingers on his forehead and disappearing from the spot. Bulma said, Whis, do you think Gogeta will be strong enough to defeat Yamoshi? Asked the woman, worried as she had already witnessed the strength of Gogeta and Yamoshi, and she didn't have high hopes about Gogeta's victory from what she saw of Yamoshi's power. Whis said, if he was alone, I'd say he'd be defeated pretty quick and wouldn't have any chances. But he's with Broly, and Broly is now stronger than before, so I'd say he's strong enough to hurt and run away from that place, said the angel while looking at Bulma. Beerus said, yeah, if they're smart enough, they'll get out of there the first chance they get. But judging by Saiyan instinct, neither of those 2 will want to run away from the battle, and that's why I didn't want Gogeta to go in this first place. After all, if he dies, Goku and Vegeta die automatically, said the god of destruction, annoyed that Goku and Vegeta had risked so much when facing Yamoshi. Bulma said, the only thing we can do now is wait and hope that those 2 manage to defeat Yamoshi, or at least escape that place, said Bulma next to Chilai, who hoped that Gogeta and Broly were strong enough to save themselves and leave the place immediately. In outer space. Currently in outer space, it was possible to see Broly using a ki attack to confront the ki attack that Yamoshi threw at him, but something was going wrong as Broly's attack was losing to Yamoshi's attack. Broly thought, damn, my attack is being easily defeated by this guy's attack. If I can't stand it here, I'll end up dying. But even if I hold on tight, I'll die because I'm almost out of energy. The legendary Saiyan thought as he tried to defeat Yamoshi's attack, who only looked at Broly's despair. Yamoshi said, unfortunately, you won't be able to win my attack. A real shame because you are an exemplary warrior, but now you will be killed. So accept your death with pride because the first Saiyan to become a god will be the one who will kill you, said Saiyan angrily while looking at Broly. Soon Yamoshi made his attack stronger, forcing Broly to his limit, until suddenly someone appears next to him, a person Broly knew very well. After all, this person had already defeated him once. Broly said, it's you, Gogeta. You took your time, said the Saiyan while using his last strength. Gogeta said, sorry, I had to do something before, but now I'm here to help you defeat this guy, so let's get on with it, said Gogeta, transforming into Super Saiyan Blue and making his ki attack that ended up combining with Broly's, and in this way, the blow of the 2 Saiyans combined was able to defeat Yamoshi's attack, going through him and almost hitting Yamoshi's face. Yamoshi spoke. Who are you? Asked the Saiyan while looking at Gogeta, who was beside Broly, who was delivering a seed of the gods that the Saiyan ate soon after recovering all his energies, and now he was ready to face Yamoshi again. Gogeta said, I am Gogeta, the strongest fusion of Goku and Vegeta, and I will be the one who will defeat you and make you rest for eternity. He said the fusion while looking arrogantly and proudly at Yamoshi. Yamoshi thought, a fusion between Goku and Vegeta? So that means that the Saiyan I was after is part of this fusion, and the other part of the fusion has the name Vegeta, so he must be a Saiyan of the royal family. Yamoshi thought as he looked at Gogeta and then looked at Broly. Yamoshi thought, Broly is 100% recovered again, but how did that happen so fast? It must be because of those green seeds that Gogeta gave Broly to eat, thought the Saiyan, seeing Broly completely recovered. Gogeta said, so it looks like today will be the last day of life in this world, Yamoshi, so I hope you enjoyed staying in this world during this short time, because your time will end now. said the fusion of Gogeta while looking at Yamoshi, who was laughing. Yamoshi said, "Let's see if you two can do it." Gogeta and Broly, "Come have fun, ha ha ha!" After all the conversation, Yamoshi started to raise his power, creating a golden energy throughout his body, and seeing that Gogeta and Broly did the same thing with a blue aura surrounding Gogeta's body, and Broly's body an emerald green aura, darkness surrounded him, plus small rays around his body. Soon the three Saiyans disappeared, and in a few seconds, they reappeared, and Broly, next to Gogeta, reappeared punching Yamoshi together, who managed to defend himself by making an X with only his arms. Recovering quickly, Yamoshi advances against the two Saiyans and Gogeta as a target. Yamoshi got close to Gogeta and kicked him, but Gogeta managed to hold his legs, and taking advantage of Broly, punching Yamoshi in the face, causing him to fly away. In a few moments, Yamoshi recovered, but after that, he could only see a flurry of blue and green ki spheres, being this several attacks from Broly and Gogeta together. Yamoshi, seeing that he couldn't keep playing with those two, he removes his shirt and throws it away, something that makes Gogeta and Broly get confused. But then again, Yamoshi appears in front of Broly and kicks the legendary Saiyan in the face. And before Gogeta manages to help Broly, Yamoshi creates a ki sphere in his hand and explodes in Gogeta's face. Gogeta thought, what, he was using weights until now? How strong is this guy really? Thought about the merger. But quickly Gogeta puts his thoughts aside and advances towards Yamoshi, who does the same thing. Soon the two Saiyans meet and collide their fists, generating a huge shockwave. Yamoshi, now without his weights, was faster than before. That way he could defend himself and dodge Gogeta's attacks, and for a mere slip, Gogeta ended up taking a hook in his abdomen, causing the blue-haired Saiyan to spit a small amount of saliva. But Yamoshi didn't stop attacking Gogeta, but quickly Yamoshi had to punch in the opposite direction of Gogeta, because there was Broly, who had arrived and tried to punch Yamoshi, who was faster than Broly, and managed to defend himself from Broly's blow, using his own blow. Seeing this, Gogeta, who had recovered from kicking Yamoshi, threw him away. Broly said, "Even though I've been fighting him for so long, he still looks like he's having fun with us. He doesn't even look tired after so long." He spoke the Saiyan while looking at Yamoshi, who was still very well and didn't even seem tired. Gogeta said, "I had thought I had left him injured, but he's intact. It looks like he can regenerate," said the blue-haired Saiyan while looking at Yamoshi, who didn't seem to have any injuries. Yamoshi said, "Look, if you want to kill me, you'll have to hurt me faster than I can regenerate myself. And yes, I have that power. That Bibbidi guy made my regeneration speed and energy recover become faster than a normal Saiyan," said the Saiyan, revealing that he had high regeneration because of Bibbidi. Gogeta thought, "Bibbidi? This is Babbidi's father and creator, and he was also the one who created Majin Buu thousands of years ago," he thought while looking at Yamoshi. Gogeta thought, "It's time to stop holding back. I have time to maintain this fusion, so it's now or never," said Gogeta while looking at Yamoshi and then at Broly. Gogeta said, "Broly, let's end this battle as soon as possible, so don't hold back and use your 100% now." He spoke the fusion of Gogeta to Broly, who upon hearing just nodded his head. So soon Gogeta starts to raise his power faster, making a red aura surround his body, being that the power of Kaioken X10. Broly, seeing this, decided to also use Kaioken. After all, Gogeta had taught him the power a little while ago. So Broly raises his power, making a red aura surround his body, and mix with his dark emerald green aura. Now I Try Gogeta and Broly were using Kaioken 10X. In a quick movement, Broly and Gogeta disappeared. Seeing that, Yamoshi entered a defense posture, but it was too late because Gogeta had already appeared in front of him, punched the Saiyan's abdomen, then ended up spitting saliva. But Gogeta didn't stop just with a blow, because in a quick moment, Gogeta ends up giving 3 punches to Yamoshi and finishes his kicks, Yamoshi being thrown in the direction of a nearby planet. Yamoshi soon recovered and would advance towards Gogeta, but Broly appeared in front of him, holds his face, and starts flying at high speed towards the planet they were close to. And soon Broly uses Yamoshi's body to cross a chain of mountains on that planet and finish off Broly's strikes from top to bottom, using his 2 fists together and closed a blow to Yamoshi's head, causing him to fall to the floor of the planet, creating a crater. Yamoshi at the time, he would recover. He looks up. He can only see a shower of ki attacks that Brawly had used before, but now he had seen blue and green ki orbs, both mixed with a red aura. And now Yamoshi was on the ground. He was injured. He couldn't defend himself and ended up receiving a lot of attacks, leaving him well injured. Gogeta and Brawly, knowing how dangerous Yamoshi was, wasted no time and went ahead to finish him once and for all. After all, he was very dangerous. But Yamoshi wasn't going to lose with that, and when the Saiyans got close to him, Yamoshi created a very similar energy blast as he removed the wristband that was on his arm that sealed his power, causing Gogeta and Brawly to be hit by the attack beyond. From the ground itself, it was incinerated to ash. Yamoshi said, "You two are really amazing, so maybe I have to use that even though I don't want to appeal so much against both of you," he said the Saiyan while looking at Gogeta and Brawly. Gogeta and Brawly, seeing that it wouldn't be a good thing, tried to advance towards Yamoshi, who just closed his eyes, and when both Saiyans got close to Yamoshi, they both tried to punch Yamoshi, but he just held the fist of both Saiyans, who stayed quite surprised by that. And soon they could see Yamoshi's blonde hair turning red, with an aura of fire around his body, something that made Gogeta scared. After all, Yamoshi had just transformed into his Super Saiyan God form. Yamoshi said, "Let's fight for real now, kids," said the Saiyan as he opened his eyes, revealing they were red because of his divine transformation. On planet Earth, moments before Yamoshi showed his divine transformation. Currently on planet Earth, it was possible to see Beerus, Whis, Bulma, and Cheelai looking at the holographic screen that was showing Gogeta next to Brawly, who would face Yamoshi, who was using his normal Super Saiyan transformation. Beerus said, now that Gogeta is with Brawly and they are both at their 100%, they can at least leave Yamoshi very injured and worn out, said the God of Destruction while looking at the holographic screen that showed Gogeta and Brawly side by side while both faced Yamoshi. Bulma said, "Did I just find something strange?" said the woman, attracting the attention of everyone in the place, and soon Cheelai spoke, saying, "What do you think is strange, Miss Bulma?" asked the green-skinned woman while looking at Bulma. Bulma said, "The strange thing is that during Brawly's fight against Yamoshi, Brawly managed to leave Yamoshi injured, but if we look better, we'll be able to see that he doesn't seem to have any injuries or even fatigue after all this fight between them," said the woman while looking at the holographic screen that showed Yamoshi apparently without any injuries, something that made everyone pay more attention to Yamoshi. Whis spoke, "So I guess my suspicions were right," said the angel while looking at the image of Yamoshi that was shown on the holographic screen. Beerus spoke, "What are you talking about, Whis? What were you suspecting?" asked the God of Destruction to his angel, who soon began to speak. Whis said, "Like Bulma, I also came to realize that even though Yamoshi was injured or using a lot of his energy, he wasn't getting tired, and for a few minutes the injuries he had received disappeared. So I tried to analyze Yamoshi better, and so I sent a small amount of my energy to Gogeta, and now that he is there, I can see that Yamoshi's body has magic built into it, and that magic must be responsible for this large amount of regeneration," said the angel while looking at everyone in the palace, who ended up being surprised by Yamoshi having a recovery and regeneration factor. Beerus said, "If it wasn't bad enough that he's a universal level threat, he still has high-level magic support," said the God of Destruction, annoyed with the fact that Yamoshi still has this card up his sleeve. Bulma said, "If that's true, then Gogeta and Brawly will have to destroy Yamoshi as fast as his regeneration. That's the only way to beat Yamoshi once and for all, because if that doesn't happen, Yamoshi will continue to regenerate, and the battle will only end when Yamoshi kills both of them," said the woman seriously while looking at the holographic screen that showed Yamoshi facing Gogeta and Brawly at the same time. Soon everyone stopped talking and looked towards the holographic screen that now showed Gogeta and Brawly raising their powers to the maximum and advancing towards Yamoshi. The union of Gogeta and Brawly was able to leave Yamoshi cornered, and not even Yamoshi alone was not able to take care of the two Saiyans with levels of divine powers that together were giving Yamoshi a beating. Cheelai said, "Look, Brawly and Gogeta are managing to hurt Yamoshi a lot, and that means they can beat him," said the woman excitedly while looking at the battle that was being transmitted by the holographic screen. Bulma said, "That's true, but you shouldn't get so excited that way," said the blue-haired woman while looking at Chi-Lai, who was curious about what Bulma said. Chi-Lai said, "How so? I don't understand," said the girl while looking at Bulma. Bulma said, "Look, whenever there is a battle between Saiyans, you should never count on victory because of a difference in power between them. Since Saiyans always manage to overcome and evolve during battle, and believe me, I say this from experience, I've seen several battles where Goku and Vegeta were at a disadvantage, but they always won somehow, and in most of them, they ended up gaining a new transformation. So don't get too many expectations. After all, Gogeta and Broly are fighting the first Saiyan who became a god," said the woman to Chi-Lai. Whis said, "That's right. Just like Bulma said, Yamoshi is also a Saiyan, so he can also evolve quickly while fighting, especially against someone very strong," said the angel while looking at Bulma and Chi-Lai. Beerus said, "Also, let's not forget that Yamoshi can also transform into a Super Saiyan god, so he's still not at his 100%, and Gogeta and Broly are already using 100% of their powers, so don't create so much expectations that those two can defeat Yamoshi," said the god of destruction while keeping his gaze towards the holographic screen that was still showing the battle between the fusion of Gogeta and the legendary Saiyan Broly versus Yamoshi, the first Saiyan to become a god. Bulma said, "Guys, look, Yamoshi is saying something," said the woman, making everyone shut up and pay attention to what Yamoshi was saying, and he ended up revealing that many years ago, a being called Bibidi had used magic on his body, and for that reason he had regeneration and high recovery power. Whis said, "Looks like our theory about him having regeneration and energy recovery was right, Bulma," said the angel with one of his hands on his chin, while looking at the holographic screen that showed a small and old being with a huge M in the cap he wore on his head. Bulma said, "Bibidi? So he's Babidi's father. The being who created or found Majin Buu millions of years ago was the same person who used his magic on Yamoshi to make him stay that way," said the woman as she remembered Babidi's face and looked again at the image on the holographic screen. Beerus said, "For someone to be able to do a spell of that level, this guy Bibidi should be a powerful mage in his time, and even after so many years, his magic doesn't seem to have weakened. Other than that, Bulma, you said that Majin Buu was created by this guy Bibidi. Is that right, Bulma?" said the god of destruction while looking at Bulma. Bulma said, "That's right. He was the one who created Majin Buu, and then Babidi, his son, was controlling Buu. Before being killed by Majin Buu himself at the time, he was evil," Bulma said while looking at the god of destruction. Chi-Lai said, "Hey guys, Broly and Gogeta are getting a kind of red aura around their bodies," said the woman, seeing on the holographic screen that Broly and Gogeta were gaining a red aura for their bodies. Bulma said, "This is the power of Kaioken. Looks like Goku taught her to Broly. With that power, they will be very powerful, and they'll be able to finish off Yamoshi," said the woman, excited to see that Gogeta and Broly using Kaioken because now they were stronger than Yamoshi and could defeat him. Beerus thought, now that they are using the power of Kaioken, they will probably be stronger than Yamoshi. But the big question is, will Yamoshi use his divine power in this fight or not? Even though I want Yamoshi to be defeated, I want to know how strong he is when he's in his god form. I need to know, so I'm ready when I go to fight him," thought the god of destruction while looking at a holographic screen. In the transmission made by the holographic screen, it now showed Gogeta and Broly, who were using the power of Kaioken 10X. Now with this new power increase, both Saiyans were managing to hurt Yamoshi quite a lot, and combine their attacks, Gogeta and Broly were able to make Yamoshi retreat. But even that wasn't enough, as Gogeta and Broly were in amazing sync. Thanks to that, both were putting Yamoshi against the wall, and in a quick movement, Gogeta kicked Yamoshi away. When the Saiyan would recover, Broly already appears in front of him and holds him by the head, and at high speed goes to a planet that was nearby, and causes Yamoshi to cross a mountain range. But Yamoshi manages to get out of Broly's grip when he's blasted a key attack in Broly's face. But when Yamoshi thought he could think of a strategy to defeat the two Saiyans, he saw a shower of blue and green key attacks, being those attacks from Gogeta and Broly, and Yamoshi couldn't dodge and ended up sinking to the ground. Seeing that, Gogeta and Broly advance to finish Yamoshi before he recovers, but he ends up creating an explosion of heat, causing both of them to go back. And soon everyone is worried when Yamoshi yells that he would take the battle seriously, and then Gogeta and Broly appear, one on each side of Yamoshi, trying to punch Yamoshi. But Yamoshi simply held back both punches, and the smoke that had been created disappeared, and Yamoshi appeared with his red hair and an aura of flames. And before Broly and Gogeta could leave, the Yamoshi ends up showing some of his power by raising his energy, causing both Saiyans to be thrown away because of the shockwave that was created. But suddenly, the holographic screen that showed the battle between the fusion of Gogeta and Broly against Yamoshi ended up crashing, giving a kind of blue screen, preventing them from being able to continue to see the battle. Whis said, "It looks like we won't be able to see the battle anymore. Because of Yamoshi's energy, I won't be able to continue to broadcast the battle," said the angel, while looking at the holographic screen that was in a kind of blue screen, a kind of error. Beerus thought, "As I thought, this Yamoshi is a monster in power level, and it's this monster I'll have to fight," thought the god of destruction in a serious way as he looked at the holographic screen that still managed to show small frames of Yamoshi's image in his divine form. On a distant planet. On a planet far away from planet Earth, it was possible to see Gogeta and Broly side by side, facing a being in front of him, being the Yamoshi, who had now turned into a Super Saiyan god, showing that he really was the first to achieve this transformation, and that's why he's a legend. Yamoshi said, "Congratulations, you two. Really, I didn't think I would have to use this transformation so soon, after I came out of my ceiling, but you two are really impressive. You deserve me to fight seriously, or at least take you guys seriously. And for that, I'm going to use this transformation," said Yamoshi as he opened his arms to show all the splendor of his divine transformation that was as intense as the sun itself. Gogeta thought, "How so? Does he have more power now? If this is true, how is it possible that he is still so strong and still not using 100% of his real power?" thought Gogeta as he looked at Yamoshi, who was looking at him with a smile on his face. Broly thought, "Yamoshi's power is much greater than before. Will Gogeta and I be strong enough to defeat him? No, me and Gogeta won't be able to beat Yamoshi in his current state, so the most we can do is try to escape from here," the legendary Saiyan thought while looking at Yamoshi. Yamoshi said, "It's been many years since I used this power, so 1,000 pardons if you can't hold the force of my blows. So I hope they have a good resistance, because they will need it," said the Saiyan with a smile on his face as he looked at Broly and Gogeta. Gogeta and Broly, seeing that the real battle was about to begin, increased their power by creating two pillars, being a dark blue and dark emerald green, both of which had small white rays, and a second aura covering the other two being scarlet red aura. This one was the power of Kaioken. After raising their power, Broly and Gogeta advanced together towards Yamoshi, who just stood there waiting for the two. In a few seconds, Gogeta and Broly had their fists aiming at Yamoshi's face a few centimeters away from Yamoshi. Thus Gogeta and Broly, they thought they would be able to hit the attack. But suddenly, when they both thought their fists would hit Yamoshi's face, both simply hit nothing but wind, as Yamoshi was no longer in that place. Seeing that both Saiyans dug their feet into the ground to turn around faster and looked back where they thought Yamoshi would be, indeed, he was there. Yamoshi was a few meters away from the two Saiyans, and Yamoshi still had his smile on his face and looked at both Saiyans, who were shocked that Yamoshi was so quick, as neither of them noticed that Yamoshi had left that place before trying hits him. Yamoshi said, "Sorry, I should have waited to take the blow from you two. But you're so slow it's even awkward, so I dodged. And please, I ask you not to be discouraged and come face me," said the Saiyan while facing Gogeta and Broly, with an air of superiority and arrogance. Gogeta and Broly, hearing that, quickly advanced towards Yamoshi and started throwing several punches and kicks towards Yamoshi, but none of the blows reached Yamoshi, who deflected with extreme mastery. In hand-to-hand combat, Gogeta, who was close to Yamoshi and tried to throw a punch, but soon created a key sphere that was very close to Yamoshi's face, and soon Gogeta fired a channeled beam of blue energy into his hand. It was a burning attack, clothing that ended up creating a trail of destruction on that planet. Broly said, "You are amazing, Gogeta. This time I don't think he can escape this point-blank attack," said the legendary Saiyan while looking at Gogeta. Gogeta said, "I don't know. I think I didn't hit him." "It didn't feel like I hit him," said Gogeta while looking at Broly. But soon both Saiyans turn around when they hear a whisper from the top of the place where they were. Yamoshi said, "If this attack had hit me, I would probably have to defend myself, so I wouldn't get hurt. But 1,000 standards inferior beings, but you couldn't hit me because I have to admit that attack was amazing. But for someone like me, it was pathetic of how weak that was." Yamoshi spoke in a proud and arrogant way as he looked at the two Saiyans. Gogeta said, "Damn it, so he really dodged my point-blank attack." He said the fusion while looking at Yamoshi, who soon got up and started stretching and doing small jumps. Yamoshi said, "Well, I've given you enough time to attack me, so I think it's time for me to start attacking. Having said that again, I beg you, don't die," said the Saiyan before disappearing in a figure made of flames. In a fraction of a second, Yamoshi appeared in front of Broly, who couldn't even notice. He just felt Yamoshi's fist hit his right rib, destroying it in the process and throwing him away. And then Yamoshi disappeared and reappeared behind Gogeta, who was at the end. When he turned around, he felt his face being held by Yamoshi, who did the same thing Broly had done to him. And Yamoshi started to fly and rub Gogeta's face on the ground, creating a trail when the Saiyan's face was dragged. And after a few minutes, Yamoshi in his god form threw Gogeta up and then shot a key sphere at Gogeta, who screamed after feeling Yamoshi's attack hitting him. Yamoshi, after attacking Gogeta with a key attack, must take a step to the side, dodging a flying kick from Broly. But Broly didn't give up in a quick moment. Broly sunk his feet and turned to Yamoshi and fired an energy beam green through his mouth towards Yamoshi, who, seeing the attack, simply slapped the attack away. And suddenly Yamoshi appeared under Broly and hit his mouth, making the rest of Broly's attack explode in his mouth that left him hurt in the process. Yamoshi, seeing Broly injured's mouth, simply smiled, and soon he sees Broly falling to the ground. But before Broly fell to the ground, Yamoshi hit Broly on his ribs, something that made Broly vomit a lot of blood. After his attack, Yamoshi turns back and makes an X using his arm and defended from Gogeta's punch, who was recovered again. It doesn't even look like he had received Yamoshi's attacks. Yamoshi said, "Apparently you recovered. And if I'm right, it's because of those green seeds that made you recover completely, isn't it? But even then, you won't be able to touch me, let alone defeat me." Yamoshi spoke right away, punching Gogeta in the face and then shooting a key sphere at him, causing Gogeta to be sent away, where a big explosion occurred. But Yamoshi at the same time looked at Gogeta as he saw a big shadow on his back, making him turn around and defend against Broly's crushing blow. But Yamoshi simply defended the attack with one of his hands. Yamoshi spoke, "I'm already tired, you know," said Yamoshi, throwing his hands up, making a crushing attack, and threw over Broly. But the legendary Saiyan quickly tried to punch Yamoshi, who easily held him. And not only held him, but this time, Yamoshi attacked him using an elbow against Broly's elbow, breaking Broly's arm at the same moment. Thus, Broly had his right arm broken, and before he could speak or do anything, Yamoshi hit him with a key-coated punch in Broly's face, causing him to pass out in the process. Gogeta, who was still recovering, decided to go for Yamoshi once more, but that wasn't necessary as Yamoshi appeared beside him, and with a kick, he broke Gogeta's leg, and with a slap, Gogeta was thrown close to Broly. At that moment, Gogeta tries to get up, but his time was up. Then a great light covered his body, and when the light disappeared, the fusion between Goku and Vegeta was over, and now Goku and Vegeta were on Broly's side. Vegeta said, "Shit, fusion time is up. Kakarot, we have to get out of here immediately," said the Prince of Saiyans, worried and afraid, and then Vegeta held Goku's shoulder. Goku said, "Then let's go," said the Saiyan with extreme pain in his leg. But he tried to ignore it, and soon the three Saiyans disappeared from that place, leaving only Yamoshi on that planet. Yamoshi said, "So those two were a fusion. Impressive, but still not enough to make me excited to actually use my power. Does the 6th universe have strong Saiyans like this universe? Well, the only way to find out is by going there. Yamoshi spoke, deactivating his divine form, and then looking at the sky of the planet with a new objective to fulfill. Hey guys, you've reached the end of another video today, so for those of you who like the content of this channel, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to leave your comments, which is very important for the channel. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.